Hello everyone, my name is Hannah Graw, and this is the process I went through for my Advocacy in Action project. Firstly, I had to decide what advocacy topic and with whom I wanted to work with. During this time, a few coworkers and I had a conversation about our health insurance at work. Many partners on the floor either didn't know we had it or didn't know how to sign up. I learned that only 3 out of the 22 baristas in our store knew how to sign up. I personally didn't know much either. When I was younger, my family got every shot available to us, but they became worse and worse for me. I'd get dizzy and nauseous and passed out when I was 17. These experiences caused me to avoid the doctor at all costs, ignoring all of the issues I've been having. I went to the doctor on my own a few months ago because of how bad my nausea and dizziness had gotten. I learned that I missed a blood test I should have gotten at 18. If I was not on my mom's health care, I wouldn't have had the ability to pay for any of my current health costs. According to a list of authors from KFF, 1 out of 3 adults in the United States have said they have postponed or skipped a test, and 3 in 4 adults under 65 have gone without needed care due to the cost. Individuals across the country struggle to pay for understand healthcare, but this needs to change. Because Starbucks is a place where I originally identified the issue, and because I wanted to make a real change, I chose to work with Starbucks. I decided to work with the district in central Indiana where I work at. Starbucks Coffee Company began as a seller of coffee beans, teas, and brewing equipment, but changed their direction in 1987. Since then, Starbucks has strived not only to be a third place to customers, but also to be good to their employees, reflecting this by calling them partners. Starbucks values are the craft, courage, results, belonging, and joy. Starbucks' mission is to be the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world, inspiring and nurturing the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. This mission and values are at the heart of the decisions they make for customers and partners. Lauren Lasley is the district manager of the Central Indiana District. I interviewed her in hopes to work alongside her on November 7, 2025. We talked about her personal understanding and beliefs in regards to healthcare and Starbucks benefits. She told me that she jumped to work with Starbucks because they filled her cup with culture, and that it was important for her core values to match her career. As a district manager, she has a wide footprint, influence, and support over a large geography to help people achieve their ambitions and also positively contribute to a large corporation. At the end of our interview, Lauren commented that she felt a lot of Americans are misinformed regarding healthcare, and she feels Starbucks needs to evolve the communication and validate the comprehension for the partners in understanding their benefits. In the end, we realized our values and opinions on this topic aligned a lot and decided to work together. After looking at the goal of my project, I just created the key message that this brochure will empower Starbucks baristas with accurate, accessible information so that every partner can confidently understand and enroll in healthcare they deserve. To achieve this message, my objectives are to see a minimum of 10% of partners learn more about their healthcare benefits, to see at least 5 new partners sign up for health insurance, to see at least 8 new partners sign up for Lyra and or Headspace, and to see a minimum of 15% of partners sign up for a new benefit available to them by January 1st, 2026. While creating this key message and the objectives, I kept in mind that my targets are the Starbucks baristas, and my biggest opponent is the internet, where misinformation is spread due to how this affects the healthcare industry. The plan was to complete my rough draft by November 13th to get it approved by Lauren, and then evaluate baristas' knowledge on the 14th. I then posted the reviewed brochure in 2 stores, took evaluation surveys, and revised the brochure. I'm currently finished with the revised brochure and am just waiting for final approval before posting it in all stores. To evaluate, I used in-person interviews and an online survey. Pre-implementation, I asked 35 Starbucks baristas if they knew they had health insurance through Starbucks, if they knew how to apply, and if they knew what it covered. Post-implementation, I provided an extensive survey, some of which was for me to revise the brochure and some was to get data for this class. I also did an in-person interview asking if they learned anything new, if it caught their attention, and if they had any revision recommendations. Overall, many baristas were not aware of health insurance or anything about it, and a majority of baristas learned something new at the end of the brochure. Throughout this project, I have learned a lot about myself, other people, and advocacy planning processes. As an advocate, I have learned that I prefer to stick to small communities where I can actually see the change. This helps me not only feel accomplished in the end, but also to follow up easily to make corrections. I typically prefer to work alone, but learn to appreciate the different views Lauren, my store manager, and my peers brought to this assignment. In the future, I hope to have more time to work on the assignment and do better with sticking to a particular timeline. Moving forward, I plan to send all of my assignments to Lauren and will continue to work with her for 6 months. I'll be presenting at store meetings about other benefits and possibly making more resources for partners. At the end of this time frame, I will send Lauren as much as I can so that if partners in the future want to revise any information, they will be able to.